stands. Pure coins, everybody raise your hands. Pure coins, pure coins, pure coins.
Yes, welcome to Pure Coys. My name is Nige. As always, please like, please subscribe, and if you want, press the bell button as well, so you know when all of my content is about to drop. Welcome to my latest video. I thought I'd come on. My last video, I was very despondent. Obviously, we had just lost 2-1 to Ipswich. I have slept on it. I have had a day to reflect, a day at work. And you know what? I still feel exactly the same. Absolutely mugged off by the club that I love and support. But you know what? I thought I'd just come on and do a quick video because I want to see how I think we're fair in our next 6 league games. So obviously, during those 6 league games, we also have Europa League games. We also have Manchester United in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. But the next 6 league games, for me, are massive. Absolutely massive. And we need to start picking up some points because we are in 10th place at the moment. And yes, it's a bit of a weird league at the moment, isn't it? Because if you look at the table, and I'll bring it up, we are 10th, but we're only 3 points off Chelsea in third, which is crazy. But we're also only a point off dropping down to 13th. So the league table at the moment is very tight. But I think the next 6 games, we will start seeing a shift in the table. And I think it's going to be interesting. Our next 6 fixtures are as follows. We have Manchester City away. We have Fulham at home. We have Bournemouth away. Chelsea at home. Southampton away. And then Liverpool at home. Then we have Forest on Boxing Day. But not including Forest at the moment. I just thought I'd go through the fixtures and let me know in the comments what you think. How many points do you think we will pick up from our next 6 Premier League fixtures? Bearing in mind, we have Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool as 3 of those 6 games. I think it's going to be really interesting. And I'm going to go through what I think. You know, by all means, disagree, agree. You may think we might get more points. You may think we might get less points. But we'll come back to this league table in a moment. And let's go now to our fixtures. Now, I apologise now for my cutting out skills. Not the best, but you know, it's got the fixtures in there, and that's what matters. So these are the fixtures we have coming up before Christmas in the Premier League. So, first off, Manchester City away. Now, that's in 2 weeks' time. Obviously, it's an international break now. Yeah, horrific. I think I'd rather see Spurs lose than have a 2-week international break, but that's just me. So Manchester City away from home. Listen, Manchester City, 4 defeats on the bounce. Unprecedented for City. They haven't lost 4 on the bounce under Pep before. But now they have. But those 4 games were all away from home. So they are still unbeaten at home. Let's face it, City are going to be tough. De Bruyne's back from injury. He had a cameo against Brighton. I'd imagine by the time the Spurs game comes up, he will be fighting fit and ready to go. So Man City with a fit De Bruyne is going to be an incredibly tough game. I'm going for no points from that first game. And listen, I'm going to try and be as positive as I can in these 6 games. But Manchester City, I'm going for no points. Next up, we are at home to Fulham. Now, I'm going to ignore the fact we've just lost at home to Ipswich and say we want to be challenging in amongst the top 4, 5, 6. We have to be beating teams like Fulham at home. So I will, on that merit, go for a Spurs victory. So that's 3 points from 2 games. Now, the next one's an interesting one. Bournemouth away. Under the lights, Bournemouth really good at home. They've already beaten Man City. They've beaten Arsenal. This, for me, is a really, really tough game for Spurs. I know we won there last season, but I think if we get a point there, that will be a great result because I just think Bournemouth are a really good side at home. And it sounds crazy because little old Bournemouth, we're mighty Tottenham, right? But Bournemouth, they just play good football. They've got some great players, Clivert, Semenyo. I really like the way Bournemouth play. I like their manager. He plays open, attacking, expansive football. And it's a tight pitch, and I think Spurs will do well. I think Spurs will be have to be at their best to win. I think we get a point. I think we get a point. So I'm going to go for a point now. So that's 3 points. Sorry, 4 points from 3 games. Next up, Spurs Chelsea at White Hart Lane. Listen, our record against Chelsea is horrific. Horrific. We are terrible against Chelsea. But I said I'm going to be positive. So I am. So I'm going to go for a draw in that game. I think Spurs Chelsea will be a draw, and I think that's a positive result for Spurs. So that is 5 points from 4 games. Southampton away, you have to be looking at a Spurs win. Southampton are awful this season. They play open attacking football. They like to play out from the back. They're just not very good at it. A bit like Spurs, really. So I think Spurs will win at St Mary's. Nearly called it a Dow there, showing my age. I think Spurs will win at St Mary's. So I think that's a win. And that is 8 points from 5 games. And finally, Spurs at home to Liverpool. A couple of days before that, we have Manchester United in the Carabao Cup. I think we go strong in the Carabao Cup. I think we go as strong as we can against Liverpool. I think Liverpool will be too strong for us. I really do. That's just my opinion. If we get a point again, that'd be a good result. But I think Liverpool will win. So out of those 6 games, I think we pick up 8 points. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think we pick up more? Do you think we pick up less? Be really interesting to see what you guys think, because I think actually December is a really, really tough month for Spurs. So it's going to be interesting. Let's go back to the league table a second before I finish and just take a look at it. So the league table again, like I say, there's Liverpool. So if we look, 8 points for Spurs will put us on to 24 points. Now, great, if no one else plays, we'll be second, which is fantastic. But obviously that's not going to happen. But if you look at the table, teams like Chelsea, to match 24 points, they only have to get 5 points. So 2 wins from 6. So teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton only have to win 2 in the next 6 to be honest, to actually be ahead of Spurs, to be on 25 points. That would give them to be ahead of Spurs. Forest, they only have to win 2 out of 6 to be ahead of Spurs. Teams like Fulham, they win 2 games, they're up with Spurs. Same with Newcastle. And the same with Villa. It's so tight. And listen, you look at teams behind us, not so much Brentford, but I look at United down in 13th. And if they were to win, I don't know, 4 of their next 6, which is more than possible, suddenly they're on 27 points, and they're ahead of us. I think I'm being positive when I say Spurs will get 8 points from the next 6. But realistic, 8 points from the next 6, I don't really think it moves us up much, if at all. I think if we got 8 points from 6 games, we will still be around 8th, 9th, or 10th. And for me, that is a concern. It really is. 8th, 9th, or 10th. And if we go out of the Carabao Cup, I think Ange is in serious trouble. Listen, if we win the cup game and knock United out and go into the semi-finals, let's hope we do. That may keep might keep the Wolves away from Ange for a few more weeks. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking 8 points from 6 games, and I'm being positive. Bournemouth's incredibly tough. Man City, I can't see us beating Man City. I can't see us beating Liverpool. I think a draw against Chelsea would be brilliant. So the only 2 wins I have are against Fulham and Southampton. And even those would be tough games. Let me know in the comments what you think. Am I being too harsh? Or is 8 points around right? Maybe I'm giving us too much. I don't know. Listen, it's all hypothetical. We don't know. It's all guesswork. I'm just doing a video as, like I say, it's international break. It'd be interesting to see what you guys think regarding how we get on in our next 6 league games and actually where you think it leaves us in the table after those 6. Please like, please subscribe, and please join me Thursday night for Beyond the Lane. It's not on Tuesday this week because of other commitments. But Thursday, me and Dan from the Spurs Danlist will have special guest Jose from Altel Cocorao. Can't wait to talk all things Tottenham with him. He knows his stuff. Such a lovely guy. Join us then. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Spurs.